기자부대, hop on the beat!
Welcome back to another JoJo chapter review. This time we'll be taking a look at chapter 18 of the JOJOLands titled That Girl's Bag's Groove Part 3. In the last chapter, we were introduced to Aka Howler, leader of the Howler Corporation, and the gang started their battle with the stand users Lulu and Bobby Jean. This month, the JoJoLands was featured on the cover of Ultra Jump, and we also saw the release of the 4th volume. To announce this, we actually got a very cool animated promo going over what happens in the volume. In this chapter, we pick up where we left off with the gang being pelted by bullets by Bobby Jean's stand Glory Days. We see that Bobby Jean and Lulu are already back in the hospital lobby. Lulu says she wants to be part of Bobby Jean's family, but he says that he already has 3 kids of his own and that if he were her dad, he wouldn't tolerate her behavior of always asking him to buy things. She starts crying and then says that they should check back down the elevator to see if they're dead yet. They identify one of the targets and learn that Paco used to be military and was dishonorably discharged. Back with the group, we see Dragona using smooth operators to remove some of the bullets that are digging into them. Charming Man uses his stand to break up parts of his body and let the bullets pass. And JoJo uses November Rain inside of his own mouth to create a heavy waterfall that deflects a bullet out. They say a stand user is attacking them and question what just happened. JoJo says that this attack proves that their use of the lava rock actually worked and that the enemy realized they were losing the assets. Paco says that he only heard 1 gunshot, but that 12 bullets hit them. He believes the enemy's stand controls the speed of the bullets and made them move slowly towards them so they could kill everyone without them realizing where they were shot from. Paco thinks that the enemy shot and then left, likely to the floor above. Meanwhile, Dragona and Charming Man work on Usagi with the MRI, with Dragona getting stuck to the magnetic machine with her bracelets. Paco sees the elevator opening and decides to go check on the upper floor. As he enters, he comes face to face with Lulu and Bobby Jean, who is hiding a gun behind his back. They recognize Paco but pass by him without raising suspicion. They're shocked to see everyone still alive, and they decide they need to start eliminating them one by one. In the elevator, Paco is suddenly surrounded by bullets and realizes the 2 of them are the stand users. Paco uses the hustle to grab a panel off the wall and wrap it around himself as the bullets hit it from all sides. He shouts out to JoJo, but it's unclear if he could hear anything. Back at the MRI, Usagi also starts taking a turn for the worse. We go back to the entrance of the hospital where we see the bank employee Mac again from the previous chapter. He thinks back on when he demanded Aka to give back their loan. He says that they need to collect Aka's land quickly before an arrest warrant freezes the assets. The chapter ends as he walks in to get a prescription but is shot in the head by one of the bullets which came from Paco's elevator. This was yet another really amazing chapter. We're right in the middle of a full-blown stand battle once again, which is always nice to see. And I think this is definitely the best one we've gotten so far, since I absolutely love the villains in this arc. Once again, Bobby Jean and Lulu have a hilarious chemistry, and the use of Glory Days' ability in the chapter was both awesome and terrifying. I'm still not entirely clear on how it works yet. Paco said the speed of the bullets is controlled, which makes sense, but we still have to see exactly how the bullets are all fired at once, and especially how they all got in the elevator like that. This chapter also gave me what is possibly my favorite page in the JoJoLands so far, since that moment of them crossing paths in the elevator was just so amazing and suspenseful. Like all great stand battles, I also loved the use of the protagonist powers in this one. All the characters this chapter had a smart use of their ability to deal with the situation, even Usagi, who is still using his stand as an MRI machine. The end of this chapter was also great, and I believe this is going to be a very important moment for the land transfer, with some documents falling out of Mac's case as he dies. Once again, we see how the lava rock's mechanism has no regard for human life, since we've already seen possibly 2 deaths come as a result of the land transfer. Some readers fear that Paco might be dead from this attack, but I honestly really doubt that. I think it's simply too early for that, and this chapter gave us the first hints of a Paco backstory, and I believe we still have to learn more about that. This chapter is a good example of what I like to call the second act of JoJo fights. All the characters are in danger and everything is at its lowest point to make for a great cliffhanger, but something unexpected will happen that can turn the tables and put them back on equal footing with the enemy again. In that way, I think this is one of the best chapters we've gotten so far for how it showcases Araki's writing style, and it really is a masterclass depiction of a stand battle. I'm very much looking forward the next month to see what'll end up happening. In other JoJo news, there's actually an update coming to the JoJo Battle Royale game Last Survivor. If you don't know about this already, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically JoJo Fortnite, where you can play as a bunch of characters from part 3 to 6. Unfortunately, it's exclusive to Japanese arcades, but it is reassuring that it's still getting major updates. This time they're actually adding young Joseph as a character. This is the first time they've added a character that's from before part 3, and it's the first that isn't a stand user. With this, I think there's going to end up being a lot more updates in the future to add more part 1 and 2 characters. Hopefully all this work going into it is a sign that it might get a home release sometime in the future. In other news, Lisa's voice actress Atsuko Tanaka passed away at age 61. The announcement was made on August 20th by her son that she passed away after battling illness. She had a prolific career, and some of her most famous roles include Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell, Conan from Naruto, as well as being the Japanese voice of Trish from Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. She had a great career, and it's definitely sad to hear about this. That's everything I have to go over today. If you want to stay updated on new videos, make sure to subscribe and click the bell. You can also join the Hum and Beat Discord to be notified on new uploads and important JoJo news. Finally, I'd appreciate it if you help support the channel on Patreon. There you can receive a Discord role and leave patron questions. I answer questions at the end of my main videos, so feel free to join at any tier and leave as many as you want to see me answer in a future video. Thank you for watching. This is the part of the video where I thank my $5 and up patrons. Thank you to Sloth Dog, Doorbell, Crayon, Rigovids, Zucato, Pumpkin Doge, Marrow, Almighty Quarth, Gatlin Grove, Lime Jinjo, Sponge Cake, Cakext, Feliciano Rabaja, Rayana Meme, Christian McDonough, Emmanuel Etienne, Pulse Dog, Carmotrina, Zach Greenfield, FIFO, Rob Goliath, Jacob Smith, Big T, Sea Manga, Minty, Gold, Red Hot Mayonnaise, Jolene, Monticelli, Zenkai, Royal Slush, Chongo, Keenan, Perry, Noland, Miguel Antonio, John Braun, and Cho Henshin.